In the forgotten wing of an abandoned mansion, a towering mirror stood untouched by time. Its frame, gilded with tarnished gold, was etched with distorted human faces, mouths frozen in screams, eyes wide in eternal agony. Layla, a young researcher fascinated by folklore, stumbled upon the mirror during an expedition. She had heard rumors of a cursed artifact hidden in the ruins, but she never believed it truly existed until now. The room was silent except for her breath. Dust floated in the air like suspended ash, and the mirror seemed to pulse faintly as though it were alive. Expecting nothing more than her own reflection, Layla stepped in front of it. But the glass didn't show her present. Instead, it revealed a cavernous hall smeared with blood, bodies strewn across marble floors like broken dolls. Her reflection was gone. In its place stood another version of her, wild-eyed, smiling wickedly, hands dripping crimson. Layla stumbled backward, nearly tripping on loose floorboards. Yet something inside her whispered to look again. She approached, fingertips grazing the surface. The glass rippled like black water, cold and unnatural, as though it wanted to swallow her hand whole. Whispers emerged, alien voices weaving through the silence. She couldn't decipher the language, but one word broke through, sharp and unmistakable: destiny. That night, she dreamt of blood-soaked corridors, of laughter echoing in darkness, of her own shadow strangling faceless figures. Drawn back the following evening, she once again faced the mirror. This time, it showed strangers screaming while she stood above them, knife in hand. The third night was worse. In the glass, she saw her mother, her sister, and her young nephew, all trapped, crying out as her reflection butchered them mercilessly. Terrified, she swung an axe at the mirror. Instead of shattering, the glass howled, a long, guttural cry, human and yet inhuman. From that moment, her life unraveled. Sleep became impossible. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the same bloody visions replaying endlessly. She fled the mansion, swearing never to return. But when she reached her apartment, the mirror was already there, leaning against her bedroom wall. Her neighbor heard screams in the night. When she knocked, Layla answered calmly, her eyes glazed, insisting she was alone, though the mirror behind her shimmered with faint red light. The city itself began to warp for her. On sidewalks, she saw rivers of blood coursing through cracks. On buses, fellow passengers appeared mutilated, their dead eyes locked on her. Then came the prophecy. The mirror displayed a clear date and time, midnight in her very own apartment. There she was, knife raised, grinning in ecstasy. Desperate, she tried to warn her family and friends, but they dismissed her. Her frantic tone, her sleepless eyes, only pushed them further away. One evening she received a call from the police. A colleague had been found slaughtered in their home. Layla realized she had seen the exact scene in the mirror days earlier. Her suspicion hardened into dread. The mirror wasn't merely showing her the future, it was binding her to it, pulling her down a path she couldn't escape. She locked every door, turned off her phone, and tried to isolate herself. Yet the mirror followed, appearing in every room, every reflection, every polished surface she looked into. One night she awoke gripping a knife, its blade sticky with blood. She dropped it in horror, but in the mirror, her reflection laughed with metallic echoes. She ran into the streets, screaming for help. But the passers-by recoiled in terror. Confused, she glanced at her reflection in a shop window. Her face was drenched in gore. Layla couldn't tell if it was reality or the mirror's trick. Her hands trembled constantly, and her body felt foreign, as though she was slowly becoming the monster in the glass. The mirror grew bolder. During daylight hours, it showed her slashing through strangers on the street. At night, it replayed the murders she had yet to commit. Sometimes she tried not to look. But her eyes always drifted back, compelled by an invisible force stronger than her will. She began hearing voices even without the mirror nearby, whispers of her name, commands urging her to finish the work. The final vision arrived one stormy night. She saw herself lying lifeless on the floor, the mirror towering above like a gravestone, its surface rippling with countless screaming faces. But her reflection was gone. In its place were the souls of victims, eyes hollow, mouths stretched wide in eternal agony, pounding against the glass as if begging for release. She reached out, but the glass clung to her palm like tar, pulling her in. For the first time she felt the other side reaching back. Her screams echoed across the apartment, but no one came. Neighbors swore later they heard a woman's voice dissolve into static, like a television losing signal. When authorities finally broke into her apartment, there was no trace of Layla. Only the mirror remained, spotless, standing tall in the corner. Some said her body must have been hidden, but the truth was stranger. Her reflection could still be seen faintly inside the glass, mouth open in a silent scream. Over time, the mirror vanished from the crime scene. Weeks later, it appeared in a pawnshop, and from there, it began moving from one unlucky owner to the next. They say if you stand before it long enough, you will not see yourself. You will see blood. You will see corpses. And sooner or later, you will become another screaming face trapped forever within its frame.